Mr. Jesperson, you promised you would tell us about the 9th victim, the Jane Doe. We're ready to record whatever you have to say, but you need to sign the release first.
I've already told Ivy that this whole thing is just a lie to get me here, so.
I wish.
Then prove it. What's her name?
Well, if I tell you that, then you're just gonna get up and you're gonna walk out of here, and I'm not gonna see you for another 15 years.
Well, if you don't tell me that now, then I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna walk out of here and you won't see me for the rest of your life, so.
2 choices, Jesperson. Sign the form, go back to your cell.
Welcome back. That was a look at the new true crime drama series, Happy Face, about the real-life serial killer of the same name and his attempt to reconnect with his daughter after going to prison for murder.
Well, the series features a star-studded cast, including, as you saw, Dennis Quaid and our next guest, the Emmy-nominated and Tony Award-winning Annaleigh Ashford. Welcome to the social.
That was a powerful clip.
We're very excited to have you. It was a powerful clip. Now, you play Melissa Moore, who is the daughter of this real-life serial killer. Tell us what's unique about Melissa's story.
Well, the thing that's so compelling about this show is that it's a different take on true crime. You know, we're so used to seeing these shows from the serial killer's point of view, what he wants, what he did, and this is from his daughter's perspective, which reminds us that, you know, there's families on both sides of that courthouse that are touched by the trauma of this horrendous act of crime, and it's a stain on both families' life and legacy forever.
Forever changed, yeah.
When I was watching it, I had my phone open too because I kept on Googling certain stuff. I didn't know about this story, and it was absolutely fascinating to learn about. You actually collaborated with Melissa, his daughter, on this role. So what did you learn from her?
You know, I was so lucky because when we're working on roles as an actor, you know, of course you have the script and you say, what do I want in that scene? How am I gonna get it? What is my objective? What is my relationship? And then what's my backstory? And usually we make that up, you know, we get to use our imagination. And, you know, when I'm working on somebody real, in this case, I had a podcast to listen to. I had a book that this woman had written, and then I had her. Wow. And the thing that we learned the most from her is that this is a person who carries around her, you know, bag of shame and guilt for being related to this man who did this terrible thing. And she'll never be able to right those wrongs, but what she did was use it as an act of service, and now she's an advocate for people who've been touched by the trauma of crime.
Wow. Wonderful. Okay. Well, you and Dennis Quaid have incredible on-screen chemistry. So tell me, what was it like working opposite him?
You know, we always talk about the chemistry that you have with, you know, another actor, like when you're doing love scenes. But, you know, we also have to have chemistry when we're playing family. And we sat down for the first time to do a scene together, and we just had it, which was great. Nice. And he's creepy and gross and manipulative, but he also plays the role with a lot of vulnerability, and he loves his daughter, and that makes it really uncomfortable for the character and also for the audience.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, it is. You can feel it. You've done the work. So we know that true crime has exploded, right? It is just the genre right now. And as you said, this is inspired by a true story. So how does that work, knowing that there are real families, victims' families out there, and as you said, the real Melissa? How does that impact how you decided to tell this story?
You know, we spent a lot of time the last couple of weeks with Melissa. She's an executive producer on the show, so she really helped our showrunner, Jen Casisio, develop the project. And she taught us a lot about the true crime machine. You know, we ingest these stories and this content as entertainment, and she reminded us at every turn of the corner that these are real people, and when you're consuming this, you have to be mindful of that and remind yourself that this is real families, these are real victims. And we've sort of been desensitized to that.
You mentioned this off the top, but this is really interesting because it's a true crime story that is told through the eyes of a woman, which feels really unique and important. Why did you find that so important?
One of the things that I am most excited about is we don't give him any airtime, you know? Like, that was really important. And then also, this is a show about violence, but you don't see any violence. There's no brutalization of women in this show. That was really important to us. And also, most of the victims in violent crimes are women. And so to have the lens be from a female perspective, I think was unique in this genre.
Annaleigh, we're running out of time, but we have to talk about a very important thing. You are a theater icon. Oh my gosh, fans know and love you from roles in productions like Legally Blonde, Sweeney Todd, and Wicked, where you played Glinda.
When I was 20.
Oh my God.
When I was young, right?
Back in the day,
It was many years ago. It's years ago. I was a young chicken back then.
Oh my God. Now listen, we had a debate on the show when Wicked the movie came out because there were audiences who were singing along in the movie, which is not always, you know, acceptable.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you okay with this?
It's okay when they're not real people up there in real life, in real time. So, like, don't do that in a theater with real
Really?
people.
Don't do it in a theater.
Don't do it, you know, because we can hear you. We're right there. You know? But in a movie, like, give me Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, cult classic. I think, you know, as time goes by, and the movie's been out a little longer, let's go for it. Why not? Sing Defying Gravity. Sing your heart out.
Sing your heart out. Amen to that. Well, Annaleigh, this is so much fun. Thank you so much, and congrats.
Thank you so much. Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.